You're a hunter with your sanity, aren't you? Must have taken a wrong turn then, eh? Well, we're more alike than you think. This is the hunter's nightmare, where hunters end up when drunk with blood.
Let's just jump right into this. Lawrence's theme was a lot of capturing that feeling of his eternal punishment in the nightmare, while Ludwig's theme is just a bit more complicated than that. It still shares similar story beats to Lawrence's, but it has the job of telling two stories in one piece. One Piece? Oh my god. His theme is broken into two halves. The first being the Accursed OST, and the second being the Holy Blade OST. The Accursed theme works to terrify the player, while the Holy Blade theme is something I'll touch on in just a bit. And I say terrify because if you compare his theme to classic horror movie themes of the past, you can see a resemblance. His theme is built on horror, to give off that feeling of a truly monstrous threat. Him and the music are purposely designed this way because clerics become the most grotesque beasts of all. Now let's take a little deeper look at the music itself. It starts with this slow crescendo of low strings, building into a tremolo of high-pitched violin strings, and it creates this nice kind of creeping feeling by the music itself, and this continues until it begins to move on to start the song off proper, and it starts with this giant orchestra of low and imposing horns, a choir of alto, tenor, and baritone voices to accompany what is primarily the violins taking center stage. All of this is done in such a creepy and powerful way, it starts to really dig into the player's nerves, making sure you fight a sense of dread along with the boss itself. Not to mention, Ludwig is enormous, and FromSoft would share this formula of music and boss design together with one of their later bosses to achieve the same effect. The voices present in Ludwig's theme work to condemn him, similar to the voices in Lawrence's, but instead of the gods doing so, it's the voices of the victims, those who he slaughtered and butchered, justifying it as cleansing the streets night after night, while it was ultimately the Holy Church's fault for starting the scourge to begin with. Ludwig would become a hypocrite to his oath of protecting the sanctity of the blood and protecting the people of Yharnam. And this continues until you fall the beast for the first time, entering his second phase. The music dies down, only to allow a single voice to peer into his mind, the same one that helped him brave those foul hunts night after night. Some may argue the same voice that got him trapped in this hell to begin with. The voice of the Holy Moonlight Greatsword, speaking to his master trapped in this monstrous form once again, to wield it and fight with the honor a chief of the church hunters is expected to fight with. The accursed no longer. Now you fight Ludwig, the Holy Blade. The voices quiet down as triumphant brass blares into the theme, the time signature even switching from 4/4 to 12/8 to 6/8 to signify a transition from beast to man, as Ludwig finally steadies his posture as if riding atop his steed once again, no more a monster, but the Holy Blade Hunter himself. If the first half was meant to pay homage to horror movies, this theme, the Holy Blade, is derived directly from the Souls formula we all know and love. The big hits of percussion, like in Sir Alonne's theme. The thundering brass to signal a final battle like with Manus. All a direct homage to Souls games before, because this may be the one and only fight where the spirit of triumph in Souls games shines through, a true test of a warrior's resolve. The percussion is so evident in this half of its theme that it's almost as if the music is fighting alongside Ludwig, each crash of the cymbals like blades smashing into each other. Each swing of his enormous blade is felt alongside the music, and it's a feeling we're all too familiar with. But the voices never die down, even with all this triumph. They only grow louder. He is fighting back everything. The scourge, you, the hunter, his ever-decaying body, his torment, and most importantly, fighting to remain himself in these last few moments we grant him. Finally, the music just stops. You gave him an honorable battle. You let him die with his sanity intact. A fitting end for a hero long forgotten.
Here, this is Ludwig's guiding light. The blinding thread that led and misled that consummate hero, a poor brute, a tragic figure. But he will shame himself no longer. He died with his ideals untarnished. He was a true hero, and earned that much at least.
Tell me, good hunter of the church, have you seen the light? That is a relief. To know I did not suffer such denigration for nothing. Thank you kindly. Now I may sleep in peace. Even in this darkest of nights, I see the moonlight.